All right, let's jump right into today's AI news brief because this is a big one. A huge partnership was just announced that could basically eliminate that annoying lag you get with AI forever. So let's break down exactly what's going on. Okay, it all kicks off with this massive number, 750 megawatts. That's the sheer amount of specialized AI computing power we're talking about in this new deal. But what does that even mean? What does 750 megawatts of super fast AI compute actually mean for where AI is headed? And more importantly, what does it mean for you? So here's the headline you need to know. OpenAI, the folks behind ChatGPT, is teaming up with a really interesting AI hardware company called Cerebrus. And their whole goal? To pump a massive amount of what they call ultra-low latency AI compute straight into OpenAI's platform. And look, this isn't just about making AI bigger, it's about making it fast. Like instantaneous fast. Okay, so what does all this tech talk mean for us in the real world? Well, you know that feeling, right? You ask an AI a question, and then you just wait. You're staring at that blinking cursor while it thinks. That delay, that lag, that's exactly what this whole partnership is about getting rid of. And that matters a lot. Let's dig into why. Yeah, that waiting game actually has a name. It's called AI latency. It's really just the time gap between when you hit enter and when you get your answer. And it doesn't matter if you're trying to generate code, draft an email, or make an image, that little pause can totally break your concentration and just make the whole thing feel clumsy. So here's what's happening under the hood. Every single time you interact with an AI, it's basically this three-step dance. 1, you send your request. 2, the model has to process it. That's the thinking part. And 3, it sends the answer back to you. What this new deal is all about is taking that second step, that thinking time, and crushing it down to almost nothing. And this is where it gets really interesting. The whole point here is to get to true real-time AI. Because the theory is if you get rid of that lag, you completely change how people use it. When an AI responds instantly, people will use it more, they'll stay engaged longer, and they'll trust it with bigger, more important jobs. It stops feeling like a clunky tool you have to command and starts feeling more like a partner you're actually collaborating with in the moment. Okay, so how on earth are they planning to do this? How is this even possible? Well, the answer is in a totally different way of thinking about AI hardware. Let's take a peek at the special tech from Cerebrus that's making it all happen. The secret sauce for Cerebrus is their wild architecture. See, instead of trying to connect thousands of tiny little processors, they do something crazy. They cram everything, all the compute power, all the memory, all the bandwidth, onto one single gigantic wafer-sized chip. And this slide just lays it out perfectly. The old way of doing things, the conventional way, is using tons of small chips. The problem? All those little chips have to talk to each other, and that creates these massive communication bottlenecks. It's literally a traffic jam for data, and it slows everything down. But with the Cerebrus system, everything's on one giant chip. The bottlenecks are just gone. No more traffic jam. This deal is way more than just a simple hardware upgrade. It really points to a bigger strategic vision for where AI is going next. In fact, if you listen to the leaders from both companies, they're talking about this as a huge, pivotal moment for the entire field. So Sachin Kadi over at OpenAI put it this way. Their strategy is all about having the right tool for the right job. And Cerebrus, they're the perfect tool for these super fast, low latency tasks. For OpenAI, this whole thing is a major step toward getting those faster responses and creating more natural interactions. Basically, making AI feel way less robotic and a lot more human. And then you've got the CEO of Cerebrus, Andrew Feldman, who comes in with an even bigger analogy. He says this is like the jump from dial-up to broadband internet. I mean, think about it. Broadband gave us streaming video, online gaming, the entire modern internet as we know it. He believes that real-time AI is going to do the same thing. It's going to unlock brand new ways to use and interact with AI that we literally can't even dream of right now. Okay, this all sounds amazing, right? But the big question is, when? When does this future of real-time AI actually get here? What's the timeline we're looking at? Well, it's not going to be like flipping a switch. The rollout is going to be gradual. So now that the partnership is announced, they'll start integrating this new capacity into OpenAI's systems in phases. The full 750 megawatts of power, that's expected to come online in chunks or tranches over the next few years, all the way through 2028. And at the end of the day, this whole thing isn't just about making the tools we have now a little bit faster. It's about opening the door to things we haven't even thought of yet. I mean, imagine a real-time translator that gets your tone and sarcasm in a live conversation.
or an AI tutor that changes its teaching style with every single answer you give. It just completely changes the game. And that really leaves us with the biggest question of all. If AI could respond as fast as you can think, what would you build with